Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Leadership Launch Training by Top Networkers Group for the one. I'll go over some slides. I want to, guys. Give me a second here. All right, you guys. Sorry that we're having some technical difficulties here. Let's try it again. Okay, unfortunately, our slides are not working here with the brand new. Okay, I understand what's going on. All right, so now that we have our technical difficulties out the way, let's get this call underway here. We're looking for leaders to help build Top Networkers Group, and that is the reason that we're putting this quick training series together to talk about a couple of things that are very important as we move forward with Top Networkers Group, and specifically with our 1MLM system. For those who are new and who are unfamiliar, Top Networkers Group is the name of our team. The team was started in 2010. The 1MLM system, however, is our system. It's our product. It is what we feel is going to help every single one of us make the kind of money that we know we can make in this industry and really change things in the industry for the better. When I got into MLM, into network marketing, it was 1999. A lot of things were different in the industry back then. I actually was with one company for 5 years, left that company, came back to MLM in 2009, and a lot of changed in just those 5 years while I was away, specifically with the convergence of the internet. And so in 2010, after some eye-opening experiences happened to me and some learning lessons happened to me, I decided to venture out on my own and create Top Networkers Group. And I'm going to talk more about that at the end of this training. Okay, because one of the things that I knew when I made that decision is what we're going to talk about throughout this presentation, the theme of going it your own, doing it on your own. And network marketing, that doesn't work. And one of our training series is going to cover that. So I'm going to save a lot of what I want to say about that for that training video. Make sure you watch it. Again, if you're part of our team, you will see it. Just make sure that you watch it once it's done. And for watching purposes, you guys, this is really a preview of the training series, which we're going to go back through and clean this whole thing up so that we don't have the whole the whole technical difficulty issue at the beginning. But it's important to really start getting this information out here, because as you can see at the top, we are absolutely sorting for the right people. And when it comes to building a network marketing organization, that's all we're doing. I mean, I say it all the time, and you'll hear it from any other leader in this industry that's worth their grain of salt. Teams, you guys, that are made up of the right people are everything in network marketing. And just give me a second here. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, where there are calls and all kinds of interruptions. So we're definitely going to go back through this. But part of building a successful network marketing organization is having a team of the right people. That's so important. I mean, that is so important, you guys. Okay, if you're wondering why someone isn't making a lot of money in network marketing, I guarantee you it's because they're not working with a powerful team. I guarantee you. If you look at their business partners, that tells the entire story. And we talk about this stuff a lot, that if you look at the 5 people that you're around the most, generally speaking, your income, your ideas, you're all going to be similar. So we always tell folks, get around successful people because your income is going to go up. Now, what many of you find out is successful people don't really want unsuccessful people hanging around them. So this is one of those quagmires. Like, how can you get around successful people if they don't really want you around them? And if we think about why they don't want you around them, it's probably because they don't want you dragging their income down, right? So how can we get around that issue? Well, here's the solution. See, there's a lot of people who think right, they just don't have the income yet. You want to get around people who think the right way. That's the key, is to get around people who think like you think. It doesn't, it's not really so much about how much money they have. It's about how they think. Do they think like a successful person? Do they think like a millionaire? Do they think like someone who is goal oriented and will accomplish goals? Because that's who you want to hang around. And again, there's so many people who miss that they think that they can only follow someone who's making a bunch of money. And this is how folks get fooled, because somebody knows that. So they flash money that they haven't made, or money that they don't know how to teach others. And so this is how people end up following people who can't really teach them anything. And this is, again, all coming full circle to why so many of you are not doing three-way calls right now. Now, again, we're sorting for leaders. So if anybody joins this team, I'm going to tell you right now, we're looking for people who are going to do three-way calls. We're looking for leaders right now. Now, again, just to get right on into the meat of this call, really build our organization, we need some leaders who understand and who respect network marketing. So we're looking for people who understand that three-way calls are fundamental. This is a basic building block. This is something that all of us know works. Your attitude on three-way calling will determine if you're qualified to help lead. See, again, since we rolled the 1MLM system out in 2012, we've had a lot of people who joined, and some people have leader mentality, which means that they see themselves as a leader, and that's good, but they don't have leadership knowledge, right? So it's okay if you've got leadership mentality. That's always awesome to have confidence and to, that's cool. But you also got to be knowledgeable. You need to know what you're doing. So I'm going to tell you something. Most of the people, in fact, generally, just about everyone who I've brought into this movement so far, a lot of the people who signed up have a negative attitude on three-way calling. And they left because I wasn't, bowing down and doing everything they wanted, whether it was adding a program or this or that. And frankly, the problem is I have a low level of respect for leaders in network marketing who don't respect network marketing. If I'm talking to you about doing three-way calls and your response is, yeah, we'll do them, and we don't get around to doing them, and all of a sudden the people you're bringing in aren't coming in and they're not staying around because we're not doing three-way calls, and then you're quitting saying, oh, the system doesn't work, this or that doesn't work, blah, 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 when you didn't work on doing the three ways that we talked about, I have a low level of respect for you as far as business goes. Now, this has nothing to do with you as an individual person. You might be awesome. That's great. I'm just talking about business. From a business standpoint of view, if you don't have the right perspective on three-way calling and network marketing, you're not qualified to be a leader with Top Networkers Group. See, because it's not up for debate on whether or not three-way calling increases production. There's no debate, although there is a debate. That's my entire point. All the people who are debating this stuff, they don't know what they're talking about. Anyone that you see, I don't care how much money they're making or claiming to make, anyone who is talking against three-way calls doesn't know what they're talking about. And if you're going to be a member with this team, you're not going to talk that way or allow someone to talk that way in our organization that we are building. This is not debatable. This explains our own staggering growth, which hasn't been staggering in a good way. It's been stagnant, right? There's been a lot of stagnation around here because there's no three-way calls, right? Look, if you've tried three-way calls and you feel that they don't work, most likely you didn't do the call the right way. Because you guys, there's a lot of training out there. You know, ever since I got into the industry in 99, all the way up until when I quit, when I came back, while I was out, I saw a lot of people's training. Everybody trains it the same way, you guys. Everybody trains it the same way. Now, that's a coincidence there. Or is it? Maybe there's something to it. Why is everyone teaching it the same way? The answer, you guys, because it's what works. And, you know, again, you guys, there's plenty of evidence out there. And those of us who've done three-way calls the right way, we've seen it ourselves. We know it works. I'll tell you guys a brief story right here. Then we'll proceed and close this whole training out here. Because I got some powerful stuff I got to show you here. When I first got started in the industry, a gentleman I was working with, he was sidelined to me, which meant that he was not my upline. He wasn't my sponsor, but we had the same sponsor in common. We had the same upline in common, but we were sideline business partners. And we used one another for three ways. So I would use him to do three ways for me, and he would use me to do three ways for him. Now, one of his new recruits had a sister who was extremely negative about our business. She was trying to talk her sister out of being in partnership with us. So what my partner decided to actually do was to edify me, put me on the phone with the negative sister just to have a conversation, right? And in fact, he was actually calling up several sideline business partners and letting her talk to several people on the team so that she can sort of get an idea for the kind of people that were working on this team and what they saw and what they were interested in. And I'm telling you guys, after I got through talking to her, she changed her mind, did 180, a 360. She turned all the way around, you guys, from super negative to super positive. She was actually one of his top producers. In fact, the sister who she joined under ended up quitting, and she continued building. Her fiance got involved. I'm telling you guys, that's the power of three-way calls. Now, my partner at the time, he called me up and said, "Man, what'd you say to her?" I said, "You know, I didn't say anything too much different from what we normally tell people. It's just the magic of her hearing it from someone else, you guys." Some of you guys are going to get this. Some of you guys are going to get this. And again, what we're looking for right at this time, though, are for people who already got it, who already understand this. If I'm talking to a leader right now, everything I'm saying is resonating with you. And we're looking for you because at our stage right now, we don't have time to convince people. We don't have time to really sit around and debate whether or not three-way calling works. What we need right now are a handful of veterans who already know it works so we can teach others how to do what we do, you guys. We want to put an end to the silly debate that's happening right now in MLM, like a lot of silly debates that are going on. That's our job. That's our mission here with Top Networkers Group. We're going to bring the industry together, train its members to be better, to be professionals. And meanwhile, our unity is going to allow us to strike deals and create bargains and make sure that our team is well compensated for what we do. But again, if you're going out there telling people that yourself, that's one thing. It's a lot more powerful when you let your business partner tell your people that. Now, let's get right into it, you guys. Here's what I want to show you guys. Three-way calling is a basic fundamental building block of network marketing. If we get into training of how to build a network marketing organization, if three-way calling is not mentioned in that training, then that's not real training. See, all leaders know that this is the truth. All leaders use three-way calls. Now, again, if you're to do a search on the internet for what's known as the edification triangle, you'll find several diagrams, you guys. And all of these diagrams, as I just got through saying, it doesn't matter who they come from. Everyone teaches this the same way, because everyone who uses three-way calling knows what works and they know what does not work, you guys. And it's because we've all done what everyone does, that avoiding the three-way stuff, the trying to explain it to our own people. We've all done that. Then we break down, you guys, and we try doing it the right way, you guys. And I'm telling you, there's no time to debate right now. There's a lot of garbage happening in the industry. You know, a lot of people aren't making money. There's a lot of frustration. You know, we're on the verge of things going one way or the other. And I'm telling you guys, this industry is freedom. This industry is powerful. This is life changing. This is world changing. This is society changing, right? Look, we believe that here with Top Networkers Group, and we're looking for leaders who believe that as well. But the only way that we can grow the organization is if we do three-way calls, right? And debating isn't going to make us money. Three-way calling makes us money. So let's pull up one of several examples that I've already seen on the internet, you guys. Look, I've done trainings, and some of you who have watched our three-way calling training video, you've seen our diagrams, which break it down even further. But this is the basics right here. And again, this is everywhere on the internet. Whoever trains three-way calling, we all train it the same way. This is how it's done. Here's you. This is your prospects. This is your expert. Between you and your prospects, there's trust, but there's not always a lot of respect as far as business goes. They might trust you to a certain degree, but they don't really think that you know how to get rich. Okay. They don't think that you really know what you're talking about. It doesn't really matter what you think. What matters is what the prospect thinks. Okay. They don't really think you know what's going on. But here's the key. Here's the trick. They don't know this person over here, this expert, whoever it is. This expert can be your upline. It can be your sideline. If you've trained them well enough, it can be your downline. This expert is anyone but you. And when you edify them, and here's the key, edification. You got to learn how to edify people, you guys. You got to learn how to edify. Okay. Now you can't read this. I'm just going to sort of, sum this up. But what they're talking about are some of the different ways that you want to edify a person. So, for example, they're successful, right? They're knowledgeable. They're helpful. They're fun, because those four key words are going to appeal to a person's personality, regardless of what they are. And that's a whole other training. So again, I'm talking to my leaders. My leaders already are confirming. They're watching this. They're nodding their head like, yeah, that's right. When you're edifying someone, you really want to hit those points. You know, now if you know someone is, for example, if you know someone is a dolphin or a sanguine, someone that likes to have a good time, you know, you want to mention, hey, this is someone who's successful. They know what they're doing. They're helping a lot of people, but most importantly, they know how to have a good time. That's going to really connect with the sanguine because they like people that know how to have a good time. Let's say you're talking to someone who is very concerned about facts, what we call urchins. Okay, these are also the melancholy personality. With the, they're very attention to detail oriented. So when you say someone is successful, they're knowledgeable, they're very helpful, and they know how to have a good time. The fact that they're knowledgeable is going to appeal to this person who is detail oriented. So they're going to hear that and say, okay, this person is knowledgeable. This is someone I'm going to want to talk to. Right now, again, the way you build up this edification matters so much. This matters so much, you guys. And this is just where it begins, because this is how you build the respect, how you get this person on the phone. Now, they hear all these things about your expert. They get on the phone. Now what's going to happen is your expert's going to start talking to your prospect. The first thing they're going to do, they're going to edify you. They're going to say some real good things about you, in order to sort of start building that respect now for you between you and your prospect. And then they're going to talk to your prospect for 3 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. You don't want to do a long three-way call. These are short, effective presentations where you're just giving the basics, just the basics. And again, my leaders already understand this. If you're a leader, you learn how to do this from doing it, from working with leaders who do it, right? Because what's going to happen is while they're talking to your prospect, you should be listening, taking notes, listening to how your expert interacts with your prospect. Put that ego aside. Stop thinking that you're the same level and you can't learn anything and this or that. You can and should always be learning from everyone and everybody and everything. So again, this is an awesome opportunity. Maybe you're going to learn something from another leader, how they do three ways, how they handle these things, how they share information. And what's going to happen at the end of the call, the expert is going to hand the call back to you, at which point you thank your expert for their time and let your expert get off the phone. Because you want to paint a picture to your prospect that your expert, your business partner, is successful. So they don't have time to be on the phone answering a bunch of questions, especially depending on where their prospect is. Okay. If they've never seen a full presentation, or if they haven't signed up in the business yet, it really depends a lot on where that prospect is. And when you're setting a three-way call up, you're generally going to give your expert this information before the call. So when your expert is talking to your prospect, they sort of know some things to hit on, right? Three-way calling is the glue. It's the lifeblood of production in any network marketing organization, you guys. The more three-way calls that are happening in any network marketing organization, in any of them, and you can write this down. This is the formula. That is equal to the number of new people joining that team. It's all about three-way calls, you guys. If you see a team that's stagnant, I guarantee you there's no three-way calls going on. Okay. See, guys, this is an accurate picture of most network marketers. Most network marketers are all mouth and no ears. So when we get into people messing three-way calls up, this is why it happens. First and foremost, you've heard this training before. But again, you're all mouth and no ears, so you didn't really hear it. So even though you've been told time and time again, do three-way calls, do three-way calls, do three-way calls, you're not doing three-way calls because you're just not hearing it. You're not listening. And this is the problem that most network marketers have. Most network marketers talk too damn much. See, most basic training will again instruct you not to go out and explain the business to your prospects, but most network marketers turn around and explain anyway. Most basic training will instruct newbies to pique interest, right? Ask a question, keep it short, bite size. Don't fire hose your prospects. But most newbies decide that they know their prospects. You know, I don't know who this stranger is in this network marketing company. I know my people. I know how to talk to them. I know what they need to hear. They figure that they know more than the successful person who's making money in network marketing. They go out and they screw it up. They fire hose their prospects. They tell their prospect every single detail possible about whatever income opportunity it is, and then they wonder why no one joins them. They're all mouth, no ears. They're not even listening to their prospects. And this is why they're screwing up three-way calls. I'm gonna tell you another story here. I had a gentleman join my team, Top Networkers group here, and we were using our live office as one of those places to do three-way calls. And things are going well, but again, when you got the wrong people, they can really kill the vibe. And I don't mean to lump all the harm on this guy, but it's just a reality. And I'll take some blame. I should have maybe got on his toes and made sure that he was doing things right. But I've decided that I want to sort for the right people. I don't want to spend time fussing and arguing with folks who are all mouth and no ears. Because what good does it do for me to fuss and tell someone what they should be doing when they're supposed to already know? So in other words, this guy brings his guests into our live office, and he pretty much does all the talking. Needless to say, she never joined. He's no longer working with the team. And as far as I know, has never really been that successful in network marketing. In fact, I'll take it back a notch. The first time we worked together was in 2009, way before Top Networkers Group got started. And one of the things that he told me is that his mother and her boyfriend were not comfortable talking to, people of African American descent. Now he's fine with us, but his folks weren't. So he couldn't get that three-way call to go because they weren't too comfortable. And they didn't want to put their people on the phone. And look, you guys, this is just a reality of the society we're in. And so whatever his reasons were, the end result is the people he was able to recruit to sponsor never did anything because there were no three-way calls. Okay. Now, again, regardless of the reason, because I'm not going to go into that right now, we have the black folder. We can talk about some of these issues from society over there. The point I'm making is there were no three-way calls. There was no production. Okay. And this is an ongoing story. I've sponsored hundreds of people into network marketing. And I'm telling you guys, the ones who I've made money with are the ones who've done three-way calls. And the key is to do it the right way. You can't be all ears or all mouth and no ears. See, at some point, new network marketers decide, I'm gonna try this three-way calling thing out. Right? After they've ignored everything that they've been told, they're not getting results. Eventually they say, you know what? Yeah, I'll try this three-way calling thing. And they ruin the call. They don't edify their expert. They don't use any kind of words. They're very lazy in their approach. They say, hey, yeah, I need you to talk to my homie, my pal, my buddy. They're not taking it seriously, you guys. They're not using language that puts their business partner in the right light. See, For those of you that love to talk, the shame is that most of you are wasting everybody's time talking about things that don't matter. Or you're spending too much time talking when you should be listening. Or when you talk, you're not saying the right stuff. See, some of you guys love to talk, and that's cool. No problem there. That's gonna come in handy for you. But when you're doing a three-way call, you need to know what to say and what not to say. You need to know when to say it and when not to say it. You need to edify your business partner. You need to speak well of your business partners. That's major. And a lot of you guys mess that up because you talk too much, right? You've got no filter. Again, if I'm talking to a leader right now, this is resonating. You know this is true. People you've worked with and you try to explain this stuff to, you already know. And this is why you and I have to partner up, because we have to do three-way calls in order to teach other people to do three-way calls, right? Now, again, you always want to follow the rules when you're doing them. Once you hand the call over to your expert, you need to shut your mouth. One last story, again, going back to that very first, actually the second opportunity that I got into, where things were going well. I was, building a pretty nice team. I had a guy who, was pretty brand new. He had never really had success. But when I sponsored him, the first thing I did was I put him on a three-way call with my business partner at the time. And, he was very impressed by me and my business partner. So that was one of the reasons that he got involved with us. But of course, when he was doing three-way calls with me, a lot of the times, his attention to detail wasn't there. Let's just say that. Real nice dude, but wasn't grasping this part about edification. Love to talk, all mouth and no ears, you guys. Okay, great dude, good dude, but just talk way too much. And this happened on a couple of occasions because we actually did a few three-way calls, but he would generally talk during the three-way call. He would remind me to tell his prospect about this or that. Hey, tell him about that bonus that we just got. He would just keep interjecting, and he just sort of felt like he had to help present and help close. And this is what a lot of folks do, you guys. And this is why I'm telling you, that's doing it the wrong way. That's not a three-way call. You're screwing it up. Shut your mouth. There's a protocol to it. There's a reason why we do it. Follow the rules. Follow the rules. We're looking for leaders to work with in Top Networkers Group who follow those rules, so together we can teach others to follow the rules. It's simple. It's simple. You hand the call over, you shut your mouth, you don't say a single word. Not a not a yeah, not a that's right. Nothing. Till your expert hands the call back over to you. Okay? And then when they hand the call back over to you, your only job is to thank them. Don't try to impress your upline, your sponsor, by, adding on to what they just got through saying. Oh, yeah, I just want to say, you're talking about wait till you get off the phone for all that. Let your expert go. Your expert's busy. So again, let them go. Thank you, sir. Thank you for helping me out. Appreciate you, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking a moment out of your time. Thanks again, and, we'll, appreciate you, let you go. Look, we'll teach, work with you on how to actually in this call through some of our other specific three-way calling training videos. But the point here is we want you to understand the protocol, the rules, and to follow them because they work. They're going to get you tremendous results, you guys. Now, once you get off the phone, you're going to notice that your prospect is a little different, that their wheels are turning. And I'm telling you guys, you're gonna find better people to work with. They're gonna be more respectful. They're gonna come in with the right mindset. Now, this doesn't mean that every person who gets on a three-way call is going to join your business. But I'm telling you guys, their tone will be different, generally speaking. Now, this isn't to suggest you should put a negative person on the phone. That was a special case, okay? And in special cases, sure. But always know going in, if they're negative, chances are they're not right for the partnership in the first place, okay? But again, that's something that we can talk about later. Let's move on to when the call is done the right way. Again, another accurate depiction. That's where the magic happens. Again, not everyone will join, but more of the people will join. And one of the things that's important about the three-way call is that you can use it at different points in the recruiting process. So if it's a prospect who hasn't seen a presentation, you can put them on the phone with an expert, and it will increase the odds of them sitting still and watching the presentation. If it's a prospect who has seen the presentation, but they're still on the fence about joining, a three-way call can increase the odds that they make their mind up, that they either say, okay, yes, this is for me, or you know what, no, after talking to a few people, I don't think this is for me. Okay? Three-way calls help with that. If you have someone who has signed up for your business, as you know, we teach this. Just because someone signed up doesn't mean they're in your business, right? You need to get them in training. A three-way call helps get your business partners into training. This helps. I'm telling you guys. The more three-way calls that are going on, the better. See, you don't have to just do them with your expert. You can put a prospect on a three-way call with multiple experts. This works. And imagine, you guys, now here's the teamwork, because I'm going to say some stuff here that I'm going to share in another training series, but this is important. There are some activities in network marketing that we can do solo, but success in network marketing comes from teamwork. So there are a few things that we can do by ourselves, like make a list, approach prospects, read books, work on our personal growth, right? These are things that we can do on our own. Three-way calls require business partners. For example, that's just one thing, right? But that's where the magic happens. Because what your prospect sees is they see you and how much respect you have for the people you're working with. That's important. And again, so many network marketers miss that. They don't show respect for their own business partners. If you don't respect your business partners, who's going to respect you? See, you guys, I want to say something really important right here at this point. When I broke away from the team I was working with, I knew that I was in for something challenging, because no one, not even me, can be successful in network marketing by themselves. And see, one of the reasons I even worked with that other team for as long as I worked with them is because in spite of a lot of the negatives, at the very least, I could use one of them for three ways. Really and truly, that's it. That's it. Was I knew that if I really needed somebody else to do a three-way, I could call on these gentlemen. Now, that being said, ever since the very first company, they were always subpar in their three-ways. I'm just saying, like, this is some of the stuff that I learned early in my network marketing career. You know, this is one of the things that helped me understand how important three-way calls are. I noticed how the successful teams in that first company were really good with playing team, with doing three-way calls. Where our team, the team I was on, that was a struggle for us. I mean, you know, we would do them, but it was real hard to track down folks. Okay. My upline RVP was impossible to reach. There were two other top earners that were above me. They were hard to reach. I've told this story many times that my actual sponsor quit on me 3 months into that first business. So I worked a lot off the sideline guy who I mentioned earlier. And, you know, again, it was never really that beneficial for me because, again, I would do his three-way calls. He would do mine. And I would close a lot of his money. But, you know, again, when he would do a three-way call for me, he would hit a lot of good stuff, but he just didn't put his all into it. And I just never felt like he really, you know, was working as hard for me as I was working for him. And hey, you guys, that's important in business. You want to work with people that are working with you, right? So as we bring it full circle, that was a lesson. I'm thankful for it because I came to understand, okay, that's the difference in having a good business partner. Because here's what happened. Maybe 6 months in, maybe even 7 months in, or, you know, close to a year in that first business, another sideline partner started working with me. He actually lived close to me. He was, you know, in town. He had been going to college in Atlanta with everybody else on the team. And so he and I started working together. And again, this is really all part of the learning process that I went through several years ago, that several leaders have gone through as well. They sort of discovered, okay, this three-way calling stuff, this is important. You know, he and I were able to really do some good things together. Okay. He closed some good people for me, and I closed some good people for him. Okay. And it was all a result of us using the three-way calls. And we used to talk about something that I think is still relevant to this day, the magic of three. That when you get three people who understand this, who are all fighting for one another, that's really where the magic happens. Okay. When you get three people who understand edification, who understand doing three-way calls, who now do the work the right way. So they go out, they pique interest, they find people who are interested, and they use the three-way calls in order to move people from one step to the next, either from being interested to looking at a presentation, or from seeing a presentation and moving to either getting started, becoming a customer, or just deciding, hey, this isn't for me, or from joining, signing up, to actually going to training and getting trained and watching videos and tapes and learning this business, right? Really getting into it. Three-way calls have everything to do with all of that. And I'm just telling you guys, when people are joining teams and they're seeing that, okay, the successful people are doing three ways, they're going to do three ways too. And just what we've been doing so far with Top Networkers Group, I'm just being honest here, we haven't had enough of the three-way calling, going on in our organization. That explains why we are where we are. Okay. Now, again, we're looking to create something. So this is why I need leaders who already understand what I'm talking about. Because up until now, I've been having to debate this. And I'm at a point, you guys, where I'm like, all right, I can't be working with networkers who are new, who are still learning this, who are still discovering this. I need to work with some leaders who understand this already. Okay. So again, if you're watching this and you're like, yeah, that's right, three-way calls. Yeah. Sign up, get started. Let's start working together today. I'm telling you guys, when people really see what it is that we have, they cannot deny that this is better. But again, it's all about us, really, because that's what people really see first. They see the interaction. They see, well, how are these business partners working with each other? How are they talking to each other? That's what they see, you guys. That's what they join. See, we have something better, but it doesn't even matter if it's better. If people aren't joining, if people aren't taking advantage of it, doesn't matter. You know, there's a lot of products out there that are better. You know, I'll give you a health food example. Health food is better for us, but it doesn't matter because fast food is everywhere. It's acceptable. It's easy. It's cheap. It's affordable. This is how people think, right? So since so many people are gravitating to it, it just pulls more and more folks to it, you guys. That's the truth. If health food could really compete with fast food, if it could really bring the price down, you know, then maybe, right? Because now you got to deal with taste, right? Health food doesn't always taste good, so you know there are all these things, and now at the end of the day, it's better for you. But changing society requires a lot of people moving in order to get to that point. So what we understand with what we're doing here at Top Networkers Group is we don't really need a lot of people to change you know, network marketing for the better. We just need a handful of people, because as we start growing this thing and building this thing, once we grow a team of about, you know, 10,000 people or so, major things are going to start to happen, and our team will explode. And as it explodes, we'll start to help the people who are in corporate jobs, because that's who we really want to help. People who are keeping the rich rich. We want to change all of this, you guys, and we can do it if we start doing three-way calls. Okay. So this is a recap of what we've talked about so far. That, you know, I understand many of you may not be comfortable with this yet, with, you know, introducing your people to other people, and I can understand that. I've gone through some things myself where I've had to learn the right way and the wrong way to introduce people. Like, you definitely want to know who your business partners are, because you want to be able to trust your business partners with your people. Okay, you don't want to introduce your prospects to uplines that don't respect networks. You don't want to work with people who will recruit your people into some other deal. You know, again, this is all of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing. We're building a network. We're building a team. We don't have to recruit other people's people. We learn how to network. We know how to do it. We know how to find prospects. We know how to put those prospects on three-way calls because we know that those are going to work. So that's the kind of team that we're building here, right? And we understand that the process of a three-way call, when done right, builds so much respect for what we do that the right people will want to be part of the team, you guys. It's one of those natural, magical things that happen. Now, again, leaders who are watching this, they agree with everything I've said. They already do. And there's no debate from them on whether or not three-way calls increase the odds of signups, increase the production. There's no debate with those leaders that I'm looking for right now. Okay, so if that's you, we need to team up to show other people how this stuff is done. So many people in network marketing aren't doing stuff the right way. You know it, and I know it. So many people in network marketing are broke. They're not making money, and they're getting caught up in these debates, multiple streams of income or not, three-way calling or not, going to meetings or not, all these debates, wasting time, wasting valuable time, and none of us are making money for it. You guys, thank you for watching. Reach out to me. Let me know if you're a leader and you're ready to get started. Let me know if you've got questions still. Again, if this isn't for you, again, I want to thank you for your time, for checking this stuff out. You guys, Al King, CEO and founder of Top Networkers Group, Chief Educational Officer for the 1MLM system. I look forward to working with you. If you're a leader, look forward to doing some three-way calls with you and making a real difference in this world. I'll see you at the top. Let's get there together.